Welcome back. You know I love the obvious. I love to dive headfirst into the obvious and into clichés, to swim in them, so I can live them instead of knowing them only as a cute or boring quote. And today, I'm doing it again. I was thinking about the life path, the so-called purpose, and how language tricks us into interpreting it all wrong. For example, the word path gives the idea of walking, of going somewhere, while the path of life is about being. It is about figuring out your essence and being that essence. It will sound cliché, don't get me wrong. And if you don't have an easy professional trajectory, and let's remember that this is not the same thing as your life path, you'll struggle to understand or accept that there are two aspects you need to figure out. Since I always use myself, friends, and family who allow me to share their experiences, I'll share mine. I have a clear idea about relationships and how I experience them, so that path feels easier. But my professional path is not. This will be different for each of us, so let's keep being, walking, and living. With that said, after chasing a career, love, in the sense of possession or fixed ideas about relationships, a house, financial stability or wealth, or a peaceful life by a lake, people often, if not always, feel that it's not just that. I've heard both the rich and the simple lifers say that they are not always, at every moment, happy, complete, fulfilled. And when those people find something more and become aware of it, I've even heard, this helps a lot, makes life easier, funnier, calmer, but it wasn't the answer. So, if we can learn from others, in a general way, that you can chase everything, have everything, and still understand it is not the final stage of wholeness, then what is? I believe that being aware of this while chasing what you desire makes the whole experience completely different. It makes it good, better, clearer. And you may call this moment or this part of life manifesting, co-creating, working hard, working while others sleep, praying for it, asking for it, developing. It doesn't matter. And we jump from I know money isn't happiness, but I really want it, to money really isn't happiness, creating, using, expanding, making more is, or imagining it is, or the math behind it is. You may experience and understand this deeply in different ways, but it brings clarity about the why. What is the feeling you enjoy about the idea and its materialization? Then you live the complete experience instead of getting stuck in one part because you threw away the key of fun and self-knowledge. Let's think of another analogy. I love to travel. If I get stuck thinking, when I travel to that place, I'll be happy. When I wear my swimwear and touch the ocean, I'll be at peace. I'll end up stuck in traffic and so attached to the moment that when I remember the trip, that temporary thing becomes the whole vacation. It becomes a bitter taste of something that held me. So I'd rather enjoy planning, cooking, and buying snacks, checking the news about the road, preparing distractions in case of traffic, long lines at the airport, whatever. Now I had fun before, during, and I have good memories after. And how do I do that? With your essence. Because if you try to have fun by having to live every moment happily and la, then you didn't understand the text or how to be yourself. Life is not about having it all, but it's also not about giving it all up. And of course, life is about being yourself while you live it. Understanding, more than that, living this obvious idea changes everything deeply. A cup of coffee isn't just a cup of coffee. A salad isn't just a salad. Money is no longer everything and no longer the only thing you chase. Even after reading this, ask yourself, If everyone who has it all says it's not it, then what is? Why am I mentally taxing myself about something that dominates my thoughts, about what I want, what I must have, what I must live, when there are so many other things I want and that are available for me to experience? And why am I talking about the obvious? Don't save your happiness for an imaginary point somewhere in the future, because having it all will not complete you. Because it's easy to think I know that, without finding the wisdom in it. We've already talked about the difference between knowing and understanding. If you visit a city once, you know it. To understand it, to become wise about it, you need deep connection, contemplation, observation, practice, walking through it, etc. Now we can spend some time understanding how we are behaving in the path we chose to walk. Am I being myself while I walk toward what I desire, and does that bring me joy? Or am I forcing myself, and maybe it's not even what I want? The importance of finding yourself and being yourself lies in not walking toward things others think you need, or things you must convince yourself are good, necessary, or safe. And here's the worst part. We are not used to it. In fact, I dare to say we learn and teach that we must not do it, so it's hard for everyone. Taking a step into the dark without knowing how you'll pay next month's rent, without any guarantee that you even know who you are and therefore have no idea where or toward what you are walking, becomes impossible. And I use the word impossible on purpose, because you'll need to jump instead of walk through the darkness. So yes, it's impossible, and I do not recommend doing it impulsively after reading this or after any external push you may have received, without really becoming aware of the answer to the question, what is my essence? I hope this text helps you in some way or form. See you soon.